I see I didn't do it for it to look good, you know. It's just do it just to cause a fucking nuisance to people's life. Just ruin the morning, you know, like the metros and all that, when they get up and they see it, they just feel, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm not in it for it to look good, just pure vandalism, really. We'll just have to watch on that road as it comes this way. It's all that hay on this side, that way all that hay on that side. I think that's how it works. I think there's a metro too. I'll tell you what way to hide. It's going that way. Get that stand here. But you'll get like sort of the dog walkers and that to come through here and see we're painting. God knows what's really going on in their heads, but they get worried sick. And they must just think, oh, we're doing something criminal. We would participate in every other criminal activity.
Chases the number to date, I've probably had about 20 odd. I've had a couple of tips off fucking people that knew what they were onto us, so I've had to change my name a couple of times due to that, but to this day, no, I haven't been arrested or charged with anything like that. I've got other criminal convictions, but not for anything like that.
Yeah, well, I've been looking for stuff that I haven't done before, and they just try to like see it work. Like they can't just read what graffiti says off the polish, so they can't really stitch anything on you. As long as you're not a grass, you're alright. No face, no case. I think the police are more devious than writers sometimes, because if they find out that somebody's a graffiti artist, sometimes they'll go like follow them for a bit, see where they're tagging, and then they're able to catch them for them tags and for them pieces there. I think some people, because they see some of the prettier stuff, you know, and they think, oh yeah, it's brilliant graffiti art and blah blah, but it's more art, isn't it? That's the stuff that they don't mind, or when they see people painting legal spots and it's looking all pretty and stuff, you know, they like out like that, but when they see like fucking vandalism, they're not a fan then. Short change of mind. It's hard like sometimes. Some places it's just you can't fucking do it. It's just impossible half the time.
Well, originally when I was young, really young, I was doing it on the metro system, and the way I got treated by them then, they were manhandled, you threw you about, and it was because I was stood, not realising that the noticed were doing it day after day at the same place. They'd done a little stakeout, I painted right in front of them, and then huddled into a little group of people thinking I could get away with it, and the police van pulled up, they dived out, picked me up. I couldn't believe it, like how sophisticated they were, to me thinking I've got me one over them. like I say, people have 2 or 3 tags, so they're kind of trying to work out if that tag that got me for that night was not the one I'll get up the most with, because they just haven't got a clue who's who, unless they see you doing it.
There's no legal places to paint, you've just got to do it illegally. And if you do, they just beat you up in it, like, you got to go down with fake personas, pretend you're someone else, because they're sitting there to catch you out. They put all these sponsored jams and that on, and it's just fake, just seeing who's who.
I don't think anyone should actually get time, because you're destroying that person's chance. He's not going to be able to rehabilitate back in society when you give him a criminal conviction. He's not going to be able to get a job. And why, for doing something that he loved, just putting paint on a wall? He hasn't harmed anyone. Do you know what I mean? He's just changing the colour of a surface. Why should he be labelled, entitled as a criminal, and then that destroy his future prospects? Do you know what I mean? It's not right.
Yeah, I've heard of people being sent off for painting trains for like a year, 2 years. You get like rich people who've been like found with like loads of pictures of child porn on the hard drive and that, and they're getting let off because they want to start a family and shit like that. How does that make sense? How's painting the wall worse than like looking at pictures of child porn? You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking about doing, if you can see. I'll clean it and paint up there. I did it in 2016, but I didn't like it. Still there though. It's not nice with them trains going on, you feel like. Fucking drop me tin. Done it since I was a kid. So it's just normal now. When you're hanging like 20, 30 foot, just painting the bridge, it's a bit funny. Because if you drop, you're gonna either seriously hurt yourself or die, but it's a full frisk, just don't fall. So let's get that photo, tell that story. I reckon anybody can be a graffiti writer. Doesn't matter about anything, to be honest. If you just want to go out and paint, you can go out and paint. Put your name up. When I first started, I just started like bombing, just like tagging and stuff, just fucking shit up because I was pissed off. But after a while, I just, I don't know, started taking my time with it and enjoying it. Now you get a buzz out of doing it.
Well, I am a creative person, as my personality is anyway. Always have been since a child. Obviously I started writing at the age of 8. I have been doing for a number of years now. Obviously I'm still young, but obviously I've been doing it that number of years, so I've got a little bit of skill, assets behind us, I'd like to think myself.
When I was a young'un, starting to knock about with a new group of lads, you know, all into graffiti, I was like, fucking graffiti, what do you want to fucking do that for? Showed us a few bits and pieces, I'm like, it's alright, you know. Started doing it and just caught the bug sort of thing. People who know what to do, people that want something to do, just find a passion, find a thrill, bit of adrenaline, like no age, no limit, no colour, like everyone's brought together with it.
You've got to stay within anything, doesn't matter what sport it is, doesn't matter what it is. There's always going to be two groups of people, there's always going to be obviously the wrong uns and the bad people. But there's always good people, good-hearted people that are out to help people, just out to create. Depends on the individual person's perspective and the way that they see something anyway.
Not everyone's just a scumbag, do you know what I mean? Who does it? And criminal, when some people are just, what I'll class as normal people. I'm a scumbag myself, but not everyone who's involved is, do you know what I mean? Some of them are normal, well-to-do people, you know?
Yeah, I think if the council doesn't want anybody to do it again when somebody gets caught, they should give them some other way to express themselves. You should fucking see a psychologist, like, and ask why you're doing it, and a lot of them they've got nothing else in their lives. Like me personally, up till having a child, I had fuck all going, whereas me, I was just getting wrecked, taking loads of drugs and just fucking about. So I didn't really have a meaning. Like shit, I had no sort of worry of the future. So I just thought, fuck it, I was no punishment for it, really. Like, you know.
With my background coming up in my childhood, there's a lot more worse routes for me to take. This is the most creative one. I could be putting my time into doing a lot worse things. All I've known is fucking criminal stuff. That's all the streets have shown me. In the northeast, there's no job, there's no job opportunities like that. We don't really get much help compared to down the south. There's nothing else for what we really do. And I didn't want to be taking drugs all the time, like the majority of people up here do. And this is what I get my high off.
A lot of people have been using that graffiti and on the wall.
Oh, don't worry, we're catching them, you'll be surprised. You think about that.